Hey YouTube, how's everybody's night going? Hope it's treating you well. It's kinda crappy again here in Ohio, but I mean, what can you do about it? It's Ian with another iCell Media production, and tonight I wanted to bring you guys my top 3 aquarium mistakes. I want to talk about these, that way you guys can learn from what I've done in the past and how you can possibly improve your tanks in the future. Hopefully these tips save you a little bit of money, and hopefully they save you from a tank crashing or hardships down the line. So yeah, let's get right into it. The first topic I wanted to talk about was hang on the back filters. As you guys know, hang on the back filters are pretty common in the hobby, and a lot of them use those disposable filter cartridges, which, yeah, they kinda suck, but I mean, what can you do about it unless you want to build your own AquaClear 20, 30, whatever. But yeah, I wanted to talk about those a little bit in depth. So I currently have 2 hang on the back filters that use filter cartridges, as you guys can clearly see in the 10 and 20 gallon. But I wanted to let you guys know to take them apart and clean them about every 6 months. Around a year and a half, 2 years ago, I had my 10-gallon set up with a powder blue gourami, couple cory cats, and 2 or 3 balloon belly mollies. All 3 kinds of fish that I'm really impartial to, but I had forgotten to clean my hang on the back filter for probably about a year. I was still new to the hobby. This was about 6 months after upgrading to my first 10-gallon, and basically what happened was I had a black hair grass algae outbreak. It's common around here. For some reason the spores are able to get in with our water supply, and I'm normally fighting against it. But yeah, I had this black hair grass algae outbreak. I had managed to fix it, but I completely forgot to take apart and clean my filter. And as you guys know, it's basically just like little strings of fishing line, and that getting caught up in the propeller within the hang on the back filter was starting to cause some real problems. Now, of course, I was none the wiser. My filter was still pushing out water. Everything was fine. And the real problem came when I went to my father's for the weekend. So, after I went to my father's, I came back and my tank was a mess. I mean, I'm talking water cloudier than clouds. It looked like a literal pond. And this all happened because I forgot to take apart my hang on the back filter and clean out the black hairgrass algae from the little induction propeller that's located at the very bottom of it. And because of this, my powder blue gourami got droopsy. I don't know if you guys know what it is, but I'm going to try to link a picture above just to give you a better general idea. But it's basically like fish bloat that they can't control. And it is almost impossible to cure once they have it. So, by taking apart your hang on the back filters and cleaning them about once every 6 months, making sure you get all the gunk out, using a little bit of vinegar to kill some of the algae that's present within them, you can save yourself possibly hundreds of dollars in the future, because you won't have to be buying new hang on the back filters, you won't have to be buying new fish, and you won't have to worry about your tank crashing as much. And I know because of this, I now clean them almost religiously. I don't ever want to deal with something like that again. As I like to say here, happy fish is a healthy fish, and I did not have happy or healthy fish. So I'm gonna try to avoid that at all cost again. Oh, the second thing I wanted to talk about was forgoing water changes. Now, many of you might be like me. I don't keep a lid on my tanks, that way I can top them off even though it's not technically allowed. I trust in my process, and hopefully you guys trust in your process, because I'm pretty sure we all do it even though we're not supposed to. But yeah, so this was about a year and a half into my fish hobby. I had just gotten the 20-gallon right there set up, and I honestly don't know what happened. It was right around senior year. I was struggling a little bit in school, and I just started forgoing water changes and honestly just maintaining this tank in general. Horrible, I know, but you can only live and learn from your mistakes, and I've definitely lived and learned from every single one. But yeah, so I put off a water change for around 2 months, and it was the worst idea of my life. So, just a little bit of backstory. I had gone to Florida for a week. It was in between the summer of my junior and senior year at high school, and my tank went about 2 months without a water change. Now, this was a huge problem because not water changing before vacation, I mean, you can already see where this is leading. So, I had somebody come over to feed my fish while I was gone, and they overfed them quite a bit, which normally isn't a problem. I mean, 4 days of overfeeding isn't going to hurt anybody too bad. No, it's not the best, but there's definitely worse things I could have done. Now, on top of this, the overfeeding it pushed the tank past its point of equilibrium. The nitrosomonas, the nitrifying bacteria that's found in the water, just couldn't keep up with the sheer level of ammonia. The sheer level of ammonia along with the nitrates in the tank, and my tank just kind of snapped on me. So I left, everything was fine, I come back, and my tank looks like pond water again. And yeah, basically, remember to do your water changes at least once a month. I mean, come on guys, it's really not that difficult to make yourself get out of bed and change your water. I can do it in around 10 minutes. I know it may take you a little bit longer, but I mean, what's 15 minutes in the grand scheme of keeping your fish happy and healthy? Now, this is my third mistake. I said I would do 3, but this one ties into the last 2. So, it happened again when I went on vacation, but I had another black hairgrass algae outbreak. I had been cleaning my filter regularly this time around because I had already messed up about 6 months previous, and I didn't ever want to have that happen again. I hate losing fish. I haven't lost a fish in over 2 years, and I'm insanely proud of that fact, but just like anybody else, I hate losing fish. These are my fish, and yes, I could go out and buy another koi angel for $12, but it wouldn't be my koi angel. I feel like I have a connection with all these guys, and I hate losing them. But yeah, so this was probably 6 months after I had the initial filter breakdown, and I guess it just put too much stress on the filter, but I had left on vacation again, and when I came back, my filter was dead, overfeeding happened again, and my tank turned into pond water. So make sure you do your water changes, make sure you're checking up on the filters. I don't have any pictures because they were all stored on my last phone and my last phone got broken, but yeah, water changes, and check your hang on the back filters if you're using them because they have a lot of mechanical parts, and mechanical parts can always break. And they normally break at the worst possible time. So I get back from my vacation. We had a little bit more overfeeding, but my filter had just completely taken a crap on me. I got the original hang on the back filter from a friend, and he had had it about 3 years previous, and I knew it was nearing the end of his lifespan, but I've always been a broke college kid, even when I was in high school, and I just didn't want to pull the trigger until I had to absolutely buy another one. So yeah, make sure you're doing regular hang-on filter checkups if you have a hang-on-the-back filter, canister filters as well, because I know those are subject to mechanical failure, and do your water changes. I mean, just do your water changes. Now, my fourth and final mistake, even though this is still going to be technically my third, is to pick a good water conditioner if you guys are using tap water for your aquariums. So, for my 2 freshwater tanks, I normally use tap water just because I don't have an RO system here. Even though it's in the works, tap water is just, it's not $1 a gallon. Alrighty guys, my third and final mistake, even though it's technically the fourth, is to use a good tap water conditioner. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably like me. You can't afford an RO system, or you don't have the space for an RO system, so you've been using tap water to add to your tanks to top them off, or add more water after a water change, and I'm a firm believer that that's absolutely fine as long as you're pre-treating it the correct way. Now, something you have to watch out for with your tap water conditioners is the chlorine versus chloramine difference. Now, chlorine, yes, it's harmful to fish, and it can cause all kinds of problems, but chlorine will dissipate into the air after around 24 hours. Now, chloramine, on the other hand, is when chloramine is the combination of chlorine and ammonia. They come together, and they form the superparticle. Now, the superparticle can stay in the water column for anywhere from a week to 4 weeks. And if you guys know anything about aquariums, I mean, why would you want chlorine and ammonia coming together and making this super child in your aquarium? Now, a lot of tap water conditioners, yes, they do treat for chlorine, which is very good, but you also need to make sure that your tap water conditioner is treating for chloramine too, because you don't want either of these products in the water column. It's just harmful to your fish, doesn't keep them happy. So yeah, just make sure it's treating for both chlorine and chloramine. It really helps in the end. I've noticed a lot less stress in my fish. It can even solve some of those disorderly behaviors that you know. But yeah, it works. It's the best way to go. Alrighty guys, that about does it for this video. I hope you guys learned something. But I just wanted to say thank you guys for all the support. It really means a lot. Now that my channel's almost up to 50 subscribers, I don't know. I mean, I honestly never thought I'd even grow this much. And the fact that I've grown this much in 3 weeks' time, it's absolutely astonishing. So thank you guys very much. But yeah. Now, I wanted to talk real quick about the surprise that I said I would have for you guys at the end of the last video. Now, sadly, that surprise did not pan out very well. Let me put it into perspective. So I got a purple tip condi anemone for my clownfish. I knew going into it that the purple tip condi, it wouldn't be the best for the clownfish, but somebody in one of my local reef keeping groups was just trying to give it away for free. And I was like, you know what, might as well, it's free, worst comes to worst, I'll pass it on to somebody else. Now, I got this purple tip condi, and it was in horrible shape. A lot of the tentacles had been ripped, a lot of them were shriveled beyond repair, and I had it in my tank for about 2 days before it really started to cause problems. And by cause problems, I mean it detached, and it decided the power head would be a really nice spot to get real comfortable next to. Now, you guys can already probably see where this is going, but I lost about half of my purple tip condi anemone within 3 days after getting it. I attribute this to my own negligence. I honestly, my tank wasn't ready for an anemone quite yet, and yeah. So I'm gonna show a little video of it for you guys, but sadly the anemone didn't pan out. And yeah, I feel absolutely horrible about the entire situation, so I'm gonna give it a while before I try anything like that again. But yeah, I just wanted to keep you guys updated on what was happening. I am gonna show a little video of it like I previously said, but yeah. That about does it for this video. Thank you guys again for all the support. Stick around. Next week I'm going to be talking about my top 3 aquarium hacks for saving money in the long run, stuff like that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm, helps me bring new people to the channel, but thank you guys all so much. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Peace.